Oh my god, please don't tickle my face today. I beg. Sorry, I had to talk to my hair because it's gonna be tickling my face. I have not shaved in a while, and it likes to tickle my face to let me know it's time to shave. It also to get me more like aware of what's going on around me. So it's been fun. But Grand Rising, welcome in when you guys get in. I can't see very well because I just have risen and I just got out of the shower. But we're going to jump into this message. We have 3 extra decks we're using. We're going to bring back the Letters Tarot, the Egyptian Gods Oracle, and then the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. Because I just have been called to use that deck for a while, and we're just going to jump in and see what's going on. So, first, we're going to use the Voice of the Souls Oracle. I'm going to go see what messages are in store today and what this reading is going to be all about, setting the energy. I don't like. I'm sorry, but whenever I see this card come out, I always get like gobsmacked because it's like, wow, what else is this message going to be about? But I understand what it's supposed to be. I just have that innate reaction. I think it's funny. But it's going to be a spiritual message. Yay. A message about you being spiritual. We have 4 to 1, and that breaks down to a 5. So this could be about how your spiritual messages, and this could be like, because 5, I don't know why I'm like losing my mind. There's something that's changing. And on the bottom we have message of freedom. So this could be about spiritual freedom. Breaking free from beliefs and stepping into knowing for some of you. Confirmation with that click, come on through. For others, this is a spiritual message to set you free. Maybe you've been struggling with something on the spiritual, whether it's studying, whether it's connecting with your guides or something, or just needing an answer that's going to set you free. Regardless, this message has been asked for by either you or your spirit or your soul self, because there's some sort of blockade, and I'm seeing it now. So you know how when people sell their souls, you can see like their self behind their eyes in like a cell, basically. That's happening to a few of you all. Not that you sold your soul. Chill, let me finish. It is because it's like your heart. There's something that your heart wants to break free of, and it's trying to, but it's been a really strong struggle. And I also don't know if like the chat's even on or not. It should be, but I don't know, because I remember yesterday there wasn't any chat going on. That was weird. But I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So yeah, this is about forgiveness. This could be a message of, this is definitely going to be something about forgiveness with 1910. Okay, yeah, it is on. Yeah, dude, people have been quiet. People have been hush hush. Um, not that that's an issue, but it's always like, I was like, huh, because I did a whole like hour stream and not one person chiped, and I either have it turned off in my settings or not, and when I went live today, it was not saved in my settings, so I guess it was just a quiet night. Um, but yeah, I'm glad that y'all are here. I was like really concerned last night. I was like, why is no one typing in chat yet? But we're all good. But this is a message of forgiveness. I feel like this forgiveness has come, yeah, because we have air and then earth with the 2 palms here, and then the eye up top, and that eye is known as the omniscient eye. It's giving like you forgave so much on this in the spiritual that it's coming. That's what's setting you free. That's the spiritual message, is you forgave yourself so much in spirit, you forgave so many people in spirit, that now on the physical you are going to be receiving this forgiveness as well. It might have been seeming like your life has been really hard, and like, I don't know, like there was something you had to pay. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you're stuck within not even in karmic debt, but just in a bit of karma, and you have that struggle where you have to pay, it feels like you've been in that energy for so long, but it's more of like either a self-forgiveness, or it's literally just like your reality just has not like been giving you that forgiveness. And it might have been just because of like the energy, like the ley lines of that area, or maybe you weren't supposed to be in a certain area, And that's something that happens a lot. When you're supposed to leave from an area, people's characters and demeanors change up so fucking quick. Um, the divine, the spirits make sure that you know time is up here. And you're on a ticking time clock, so get ready. Like, that's really what's going on. Whenever people switch up on you like that, it just means your mission there is done. It's like you've, because I don't know, because it's a weird thing, because I've witnessed it a million times, and I know people have too. It's like things are so spiritual and peaceful and wholesome and like in harmony, and then one day it's just like back to 3D bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? And it's not even like to say that in like a blanket term, but it really is. It feels like bullshit when it goes back to normal, because it's like, why the fuck did you switch up like that? And it's because, well, spirit was there, and now that spirit's left, we have education that wants to come out. So this could again be about spiritual education, learning more about yourself or who you're connected to, maybe studying up on the land, on goddesses, on gods, on deities, on practices, however. But it's something about a spiritual practice that's going to set you free. And believe it or not, studying and learning is a spiritual practice because it nourishes the soul. Nourishment is also water. Um, you might be guided to learn about something, be guided to like study about something. Maybe even just reading a book even is a super spiritual thing to do. Um, Especially um if you have like an open third eye, when you can start really visualizing the scenes of the book and stuff and really see. It's something about that. We have It's Not Me. And I feel as well as this forgiveness education, It's Not Me. They're not getting so many messages. Y'all know how it is over here. But as well with like all these cards being out now, it's giving like, you know who you are, or you're starting to learn who you are, or you're starting to really forgive yourself and be like, I really don't deserve this situation, and knowing that you don't. And it's stepping within that power that's allowing you to move forward. Like, the man in the mirror is not you. The man in the mirror is your reflection. It's how you think you are. It's how you think you look, based off of your own judgments that you have also put on other people, you know? Because I mean, like, we got to get real with it. You wouldn't know what a relative, you wouldn't know what a big nose was, or like you know what I mean? If you haven't had something to compare, like big, any adjective is a comparison word, which I do is why I don't like adjectives, and that's a whole other thing for all other day. But these describing words, they only are able to be described because you're judging them. Doesn't matter if you're judging them for good or for bad or however, you're still putting that judgment on it. And it's like you're realizing that a lot of these judgments that you've put on others, even on yourself, it it's not necessarily you, or and it's not necessarily other people either. It's like it's a really weird, because I've been in this energy before, and it's very interesting, because it's like you're introspecting, but you've introspected so much that you have this omnipresence awareness of what's going on. You tap literally right into like the God source inside of you, basically, and you're able to see everything for not only how it is, how you want it to be, but also like how you would describe it. And it's that trifecta, you know. But it's like some of you might have tapped into that, to where you see like your judgments for things. And it's really about staying within the now and not jumping in the future or jumping in the past, which is a hard thing to do and get a grip on. But it feels like you're either learning how to do this, or you might need to read a book how to do this. Maybe reading a book on like spiritual law. There is a book, actually. I don't know if I have it on me. It's somewhere over there. Yeah, give me a second. I'm being called to get it. Give me a second. Yeah, here we go. Well, that was quick. No wonder I felt the call. It was like right there. But this book right here will really help you out. Super small book. If you're needing something to start your journey, or just needing like a book for like a refresher or whatever, this is perfect. Because even though I know these laws and stuff, I still find myself reading it just like as a refresher, just as a, oh yeah, this is what's going on, or oh yeah, this law is in effect right now, and this is how I should handle it. You know what I mean? It's not a bad thing to keep stuff like that, to get refreshers. Even teachers should really study what they're teaching over and over again, if not living I mean, you should be living it as well, but you should also just keep studying it as well, you know, because you'll get a different understanding per different day, energy changes like that. But we have source on the bottom. So again, this is tapping to the inner source, remembering who you truly are, forgiving the flesh and releasing the soul or the spirit respectfully is how it's really seeming. But you are setting yourself free regardless. Um, and you know that you're setting yourself free by the amount of struggle that you're in, because you wouldn't be struggling if you weren't trying to get out of something, right? You know, it's not easy getting out of like rope binds or handcuffs. I mean, unless you're like trained, and we're not talking about that. But you know what I mean? There has to be some sort of fight, some sort of struggle. You wouldn't be bound if there was a need for a struggle, you know what I mean? So it's like you're seeing it less as a suffering and more of like a, I wouldn't say a challenge, but I feel like that is a, I don't know. It's like for some of you I'm picking up game, I'm picking up challenge. Others of you you're just like, it's just how life is. There's a lot of responses that I'm getting from this, from Spirit Team, but I'm stuck on challenge because it's not like, it's not the same definition that you would use challenge for anymore. Like this challenge is more of like a brain tweet, like a brain puzzle, I guess you could say, or like a crossword puzzle, than like an actual deterring challenge. For some of you it is that deterring challenge, but like there's a lot. There's a lot of energy coming through in this rising. So what's the lesson? What's the overall lesson that is trying to be taught to collective at this time, Spirit? We have, oh my gosh. The second it came out, all right. Temperance and strength. Temperance and strength are your lessons. Trusting your intuition more. Slowing down and connecting with the Creator so you can have everything you need. Balancing yourself, nurturing yourself. It really feels like you're learning how strong you really are when you're balanced, but also how much strength it takes to become that balance. And I think that's the challenge, is like the teeter-totter on that. But it's something about you're jumping over life's hurdles. You're making it despite how fast or slow it may seem, you're making it somewhere. And I'm saying somewhere because since you're trusting your intuition, you're also in like using this like law of detachment as well, because you're following your intuition to a goal that you want, but you've detached from a lot of the if, ands, hows, and buts, you know? So you're moving forward, but you're also in this like detached energy where it's like the divine is just gonna move me somewhere. And it's like you feel like you've given up, but this is like the energy of surrendering. This isn't like giving up. Even if you say you give up, it it's surrendering because you haven't jumped off the path. Jumping off the path would be quitting. This is like an ultimate surrender. And you might be finding like how you might be remembering how protected you are at this time as well. Remembering that whenever you do end up like, because it's given like, you have to look at the past as a lesson and not as like not as like punishment, because the divine's trying to show you, if you make these steps, we're going to make sure that you have everything you need to move forward. And there's like this disbelief in that, but once you make that leap, you're going to see that the divine really is going to take care of you. You're going to see how much you are protected, and some of you might be remembering this, which is allowing you to get this strength. But it's like you're getting some, it's weird because you're getting something, because I'm seeing the temperance card, but I'm reading it differently in my mind's eye. Because the first cup, how it's being poured on land, it's like you're taking divine wisdom and putting it into effect on the physical. And meanwhile, when you're using the other cup, pouring back into the divine, you're also like pouring into your soul self, into who you are, by using the same water that the divine gave you, the same water that's on the physical that you're using forward, the same wisdom that you're using moving forward. You're applying that same wisdom to the divine, which is allowing. I gotta pull the card out. Because I've never seen the card like that blatantly in my mind's eye in a while, because it's like there where you're, well, because I was seeing a different temperance card. I was seeing the one where they're pouring it on the ground, but the case still stands. Your foot is on the ground and your foot's in the water. You're like about to hit that crown moment, you know? Your third eye could really be awake at this time, but again, it's about you being in this ultimate surrender. You are becoming your highest self. You're becoming your higher self. Some of you are understanding and just now becoming an ascended master, where you're able to traverse the hard parts of life, but come out unscathed, so that you can teach others what to do in that situation as well. What else is going on? I feel something else. I mean, there it is. It's death. A rebirth. Something about your loyalty is changing. And then we have justice. So your big lessons that you're learning is like how to detach. It's like, if my thoughts are so strong, if I can, if I think so much and I have all these like get out plans and all these questions about how something's going to work, what makes me not think that the divine hasn't already solved those questions? You know what I mean? Like, we get this energy from the divine. We get this pure answer from the divine that we need. And then we get the questions, Then we go, oh, how's this going to work? How's that going to work? Not really understanding or seeing that the only reason those questions exist is because there's an energy that already has the answer to it. A question would not be asked unless there is an absolute answer to it, because everything on this earth has a specific reason for why it's here. And you might be understanding that at this point as well. But as well as justice, everything is well. So it's something about, again, like a detour that you're either on or you're leaving or you're about to go on to. Take it as it resonates. But it's going to steer you on your right path. It's going to be something about, it's going to happen quicker is what I'm hearing. It's something about this, whatever choice you're going to make is going to put you on your path quicker. Like, you should be further ahead and you might know it as well. But it's like, there's slingshot affecting you is how I'm seeing it. It's the slingshot effect. You've been pulled back so much that the divine's like, okay, let me pull you back a little bit more, so that you get that divine oof when you launch off, And that's what's going on. Some of you, I have to say this, some of you might feel like you're at rock bottom, or some of you might hit rock bottom, but just know that that's eliminating everything around you so that you can slingshot forward and to keep your faith up. I've recently just gone through something like that, and that energy is popping up again. So if that does happen to you, and I'll have to make a video later today on it, because it's rough, but it's possible. It takes a lot of detachment, a lot of strength, but it ends out a lot better. Trust me. I mean, if you didn't know, for like, I would say like a week, I was homeless. Like 4 or 5 days, I was like literally on the streets, like homeless. But I kept my faith up, and like, I'm over here now, like it's a genuine thing that happens. And it's really, you might have got out of a situation like that recently as well, like I have, and it's like it's seeing the inner strength, it's seeing how you truly are, seeing all the power inside of you. And we have the world that keeps sticking out as well. It's on the bottom. Everything is okay. It's about learning how to navigate through the hard. And I will say this, a lot of people who end up going through these really big struggles, and whenever people say that and like, oh, you're meant for more, they mean that. What they mean by like what you're meant for more is like, you might be running a multi-million-dollar business, you know what I mean? And you have to be okay with those extremely stressful situations. And you have to remember that the stress is coming from the physical and not from the material. And that it's different on that. We'll get into that on a later date, unless you already know about that. But it's different from the physical and the material when it comes down to this. And the physical is more of who you are. The material is what you want or what you would rather want, you know? And it's something about really getting the strength to push forward from that. I'm getting called to use the Heaven and Hell Oracle, so we'll use that real quick and see what's going on. But with the Heaven and Hell Oracle, I like using both sides of the cards because it's, you know, it shows one side and the other. Like on the bottom here, I'll just show you the bottom card how it says Justice on it, and then it says Scandal for the demon side. Even if it flips on whatever side, we're reading both because it's showing like the energy that you're in and the energy that you left, and that's how I'm picking it up, and that's how I use this deck. Other people, if you see them use it, might only read one side of the message or feel called to use one. I call to use both because it wouldn't be there unless, and plus even like on the guidebook it says you can use one side or the other, so I don't know. This is a very helpful deck though. These angel demon decks, they really do help you once you step away from the everything's evil or something like that. But yeah, making mistakes to transformation. Look at that. I mean, it's right. It's beautiful how this works, right? But you've made some mistakes in the past, and you've learned from them. There's something about with Asmodeus, there's a lot of noise. He's the demon that whenever it's like a spawning, like there's a lot of fucking noise. You hear trumpets, there's like clashing. It's like band practice, basically. You know? You could think of it like that. But Asmodeus is a very like mystical noise making demon, you know, and it's something about the noise of the world, the chaos of the world that really had you stuck. It really had you knowing who you are, because I'm picking up with the unicorn head even, and I'm not going to go based off the demonology. I'm going off the symbolisms that I'm seeing. It's like you knew you were this like magical creature. I mean, I just look at it, you know, you're this magical unicorn, right? But you're surrounded by all this noise, these instruments that you're not using. And it's because you don't see it as that. Your head's down. You're in this shame and this guilt energy because it's like, I should have done this instead. I should have done that instead. But you didn't see is this is transforming you. We have Ael, the baby, who's nurturing you with the water, with the urn. It's really like it's showing you like these mistakes that they might have rooted from like inner child woundings or however, but these mistakes are pushing you towards a more pure version of yourself, to your authentic self, because these mistakes you had to make, and it was like no one holds anyone up to accountability the way that you need, like you will. So sometimes you have to be completely isolated making these mistakes so you can see the full effect of it so that you can stand back up. And that's what's happening. It's this inner strength of, you know what, I am just learning still. And even though this mistake might have fucked me up for a minute, I can always bounce back 10 times stronger because that energy is always around me. And just because that fuck up energy is there, I can fuck up that fuck up energy, you know what I mean? And make it like work for me. I can use this mistake to show me, let's not do this again. Now I know what happens when this happens. Curiosity killed the cat, satisfaction brought it back. The satisfaction is getting the answer to that problem, which you did, or that you're going to get. And it's going to boost you back tenfold and show you, let's not get back there again. Let's not do this again. There was something that you did that you knew you shouldn't have done. But again, it's something that's aligning you. It's happening for you. It's this growth. It's this leadership acceptance that you might have taken on or that you're about to take on, that these lessons are helping you with, and that these lessons are allowing you to push forward with more. Yeah, solitude and divine comfort. You might have been alone. We have the crow here with the wrong. It came upside. It was with the Iazel upright, but it's something about your solitude. You might have felt alone, but it's something about the divine always being around you. You have Iazel, the warrior, the defender. He's gonna make sure that you're safe. You're gonna be able to cut through these obstacles. It's like if you feel like there's ropes and binds around you, he's helping you remove those. And if you need a good prayer, a good invocation for this, I have one on the community on the community tab. that like unbinds you, like its commands like unbinds from all sorts of spells, magics. However, you might need to say that before you go to sleep or in the mornings or just whenever you feel stuck, because there is this freedom that's around you. You are being comforted. Yeah. So we have, now these two came in reverse. So it's something about capacity for healing. There's room that needs to be made for healing, but first your environment has to be destroyed. And it that sounds rough as hell to say. I acknowledge that and I apologize. But this is 2332. So it's something about your lust, or you have like a weak will, because it's Asmodee that's on this one. So it's like you might have fallen again to like a lust of like past patterns of, oh, I really want to do this but I don't need to, so let's just do this anyway and be okay with it. It's that lust energy of wanting to do something rather than absolutely needing to do something, that the divine is showing you like, yes, even though this is important, you should be focusing on this. And I'm getting back to the reading I did yesterday where I was talking about how I used to like like way back in the day, I used to like step away from doing things I needed to do and put something else as more important in front of it. That's what's going on. That's what these demons inside of you are teaching you, you know? This lust inside of you to do one thing rather than the other because it seems more beneficial or it's more fun or whatever. It is keeping you stuck in this cycle of putting things up before what needs to be done. And I think that's that the divine is showing you. So if you are going through like a lack or a loss, look at where your focus is, because energy goes where attention flow. Well, energy flows where attention goes. Excuse me. And if something's not working on the physical, where are you putting your energy? Is it into something that's helping you get out of that situation, or is it something that is a distraction from what you need to do? And I feel like that's what's going on. But again, all these cards are upright, by the way. I made sure of that. But it is given this, like, it is given that energy. Because, I mean, Asmodee is, like, one of the fucking kings of this, of Key, unfortunately, for a while. Just because of lust. Everyone likes to do what seems fun. Everybody wants to do this instead of doing the thing that's right. All these things. But it's about overcoming that. Overcoming the need to satisfy the flesh and satisfying the soul more. We have light of understanding and ambition in reverse. That's interesting. So there's like, there's wisdom, there's a deeper understanding that you need to get from this. As well as with 23, oh my god, my hair is so tangled up. I even took a shower. I gotta like do some untangling later. But with the 32 and 23 with aim and Asmodee, the reason your environment is destroying is because of that lust. But it's about Hyael as well. With infamy and divine warriors, you are this divine warrior. And it's like you need to understand that everything is going to seem like a test. Everything is going to seem like it's attacking you, but it's because you're so familiar with what attacking energy feels like. You're so used to picking up people's like projections that you feel like everyone's like attacking you. Or it feels like you're always under attack, but you're really just picking up people's projections. So you need to understand that even though they might be doing it, it's unconsciously. But you are so aware, you're so tapped in that you pick it up, and that's okay. Like you're supposed to feel that energy so you know how to transmute it, because what those are lesser entities that you're picking up on. The greater entities are the ones that are actually going to cause like havoc and chaos and wreckage and stagnations, okay? But what you're picking up on are like the minor ones. You're picking up on the lesser powers. And though, yes, when a lot of them come at you, it overwhelms, because like if 100 tiny little ants came on top of you, you'd probably be overwhelmed and freak the fuck out. But it's understanding that this is just another part of like the training for who you need to be for the power that you're in. These little tiny ones. Can we get two more? And then we'll jump into the other cards and we'll get some other messages. Undertaking and completing missions, disregarding of rules in reverse. You're not breaking the rules. You're not disregarding the rules. Some of you might not be fully aware of what your spiritual contract has still, which is okay. Some people just aren't meant to. It's kind of how this planet's made and ruled by. But you are undertaking this mission. You are under it. You are going through it. And you're completing it. Some of you have already completed your mission. Some of you are about to complete your mission. And some of you are about to, some of you are already signing those new contracts in the ethers, you know what I mean? Some of you all are like, okay, here's my payout for completing this. I'm signing my contract here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you've already signed all of them, but it's this re-signing. It's this, oh, now I have this idea that I'm going to subscribe to, and now I'm going to sign that contract consciously and choose that path consciously rather than being put on that path subconsciously. Because since you know who you are, since you're in this energy, you're able to make those choices. And it is about you being a heavy divine warrior with a high hill, especially as protector. You're like, I don't want to say you're a controller, you're more of a tamer. You don't like to control situations, but you definitely have this omniscient, very observatory energy in you that makes you tame the energy. You like to know what's going around you so that you can like keep it from changing you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have the power to change everything if you wished, but it's something about you're just like, I'm gonna tame this energy. I don't want to control it. I want to tame it. I want it to work for me. I don't want it to be a slave to me. It's this energetic respect that you're understanding or that you're delving deeper into or that you just have, you know? It's this energetic respect and it's coming back to you. And get one more spirit. Well, okay. Yeah, okay, well, we got 3. So we'll take 3. This one landed face down on the armchair, which is why I was like staring there for a while, but it's fertility and multiplicity and fruitless labor reverse. You have not been working to receive no fruits, okay? You are gaining your fruits. Fruitless labor in reverse. You might be coming out of that energy, or you need to understand that you are getting more than what you asked for. Okay, a lot of us, and this is something that I had to figure out on my own. It took me a minute to like really understand why we do this, but once I figured it out, it made so much sense. But a lot of us, when we set out for goals, we set it out for how we envision it, right? So when we do all that we envision that we are going to do, we end up feeling burnt out and stopping because we believe and we think that we don't have enough energy to keep moving on. Not understanding that we're moving with divine energy and we're doing something with the divine, so we're getting more than we're asked for, meaning sometimes we have to put in a little extra work. So you overextend over your personal boundary, and then it makes you feel like, oh, I'm not receiving the fruits of my labor. I'm not receiving anything because I set the boundary here mentally, and subconsciously and consciously, you may know that. Consciously less, more subconsciously. And now that you've passed that barrier, it's like, why am I not receiving what I want? I've already done all I said I want to do. Not understanding that there's a little bit more that you need to do because you're getting more. Because you still have that energy, you still have that push, that desire to do it, but it's you are putting that conscious mental block saying, no, I want it now because this is how much I've done. So understanding that, like, you have crossed your boundary, you have made it past your finish line on the physical. Congratulations, you deserve that. Congratulations, congratulate yourself on it. Your upset, your confusion is acknowledged and seen and is okay to have, but understand that a few more steps is the divine's finish line, and that's when you're gonna get everything that you want, everything and more. And everything and more is literally all that you desired to have, plus the divine bonus, plus the addendum that you signed that gives you that like 50% bonus, you know? We have liberation, we have fantastical belief in hypocrisy on the bottom, and liberation. You're no longer bound to some sort of like, again, like the matrix, the inputs, outputs, some sort of old belief system is crumbling for you. Like you're freeing yourself from a mental prison that either you put on yourself or that you were just born into or however. And this card's calling to me as well. There's a lot of these cards that like love to call out to me. I haven't used this deck, and the angels are really like out for me tonight. Well, to this rising, we have love and wisdom. We have immortality in reverse. Immorality, not immortality. Immorality. Excuse me. Yeah, you're not immoral. You have strong morals. Like, listen, I love talking about the moral compass. I've been talking about the moral compass since I've been in fucking second grade. All right, I've been talking about that shit since I was in second grade. I love my moral compass. I always call people out. I used to call people out all the time on Facebook. I'd be like, your moral compass is fucked up. Because I would see how they're acting. It's like, you're just fucked up, man. Like you got your moral compass is spinning counterclockwise and it's going off the charts. But you have a solid moral compass. What you work off of is authenticity and love. And even though authenticity is hard, it comes with that wisdom. That challenge brings that wisdom. And it's obedience. War and strife with obedience. War and strife reversed, obedience upright. Submission really is the only way to remove yourself from war, because you're never fighting the divine unless you are someone that's directly trying to, which is possible, and some people want to do that and then zip off this planet like nothing ever happened. Because they put you here, they could take you out. But it's this like, it's again just the ultimate submission. It's like, you know what? I could fight this. I could use my energy to sit back and say this sucks and fight this struggle. Or I could use my energy to really just ground myself and see like the brighter side. I could just be obedient. And being obedient is hard. Having obedience is super hard. It's not an easy thing to do, especially when you're working with the divine. Because, I mean, I'm not the first one to say it, and I won't be the last. Sometimes they change the plan up like that, and you're not aware of it, and then they expect you to be okay with it, and you have to be. But you know, you that change happened, and you're like, "What the fuck? I thought I was doing this." It's like, no, actually, you're coming over here to do this now, and you just have to be obedient with it. I mean, you can bitch and cuss the whole way there; they don't mind that, trust me. But you have to obedience will save you the stress, the worry, the anxiety, the draining, the meeting the people that are on the path already to try and stifle you. It prevents them from actually stifling you. Like, I mean, shit, I'll give you a funny example because it was super funny. Um, it's funny in retrospect, is what I'm meaning, and it was kind of funny after I woke up as well. But when I was sleeping in the parking lot of a library, the dude, a worker in the library, came out and said, "Hey, you can't sleep here right now. Like the library's open." And he said, "You can come in if you want." And I was like, "Okay, cool." I was like, "I'm just gonna wake up and go in." But then he was acting like my mom and said, "You have 60 seconds to wake up." And I was like, "Dog, don't do this to me. I literally just woke up." So I get up and he opens the door for me. He goes, "Dude, I'm sorry. My boss is on my ass." And I was like, "Dude, it's fine. Like, you got to put down the iron fist sometimes." But it was just taking it as like, you know, there wasn't much I could do. Why would I spend time yelling at someone that in the first place, he was very passive when he was talking to me. The first thing, that's why I wasn't taking him too serious when I first woke up, because I could tell how passive he was being. Like, he didn't want to do that, but it was like a rule. But again, I'm telling you right now, a target on point. It's about that submission. It's about just accepting that. It's about really just, you're being told to move somewhere whenever you really just don't want to or can't. But it's like, if you do so with the quicker you do it, the less aggravation that you put into it, the better it gets. Like, because it's not even about the circumstance that gets better. It's just about the energy exchange. You don't have to worry about looking like a bad person to someone. You don't have to worry about forgiving yourself for saying certain words or doing certain actions. You don't have to like experience the latter half of what you don't want to experience. You get to move forward, and even after that, you get your confirmations, you get your answers, you get the why did this even happen, because of the energy that you put in, because you are so accepting of it. You get your answer. It's that openness that allows the answers to go through. But it really is like, I mean, the little detour that I had to go through, like, even though I knew those lessons, living them out and being put to the physical test of them was a different experience. Um, it was strenuous and stressful and hard, but it was something that really showed like in full picture how the divine really wants to work with every individual person within their own individual problems. Mainly because I had a huge fear of going homeless, you know, just being kicked out, my whole thing. So going through that homeless experience taught me that there was nothing to fear about. The only thing that was fearful was me not being in the right energetic space, the right mindset to be in that position, which the divine built me, my character up to be able to be in that position and be okay with it. And it's not being okay with it with like just being satisfied with it, but being okay with it in the sense of like, this is what I'm being given with, so let me work with what I got because I can't do much else with it. You know what I mean? But we have family and lineage. So, um, we're switching messages. The divine wants to talk about something else. We're like, and if you're new here, because I really want to talk about this, we're like a news channel. Like, the messages will switch like left and right all the time. If you have a hard time keeping up, I understand, but literally the divine is treats me like a radio station. Like we get one message done, cool, here's another one. We get like 4 or 5 messages out within a reading, usually. Because it's funny as hell. I love it. But we have family, shy, and finance with watching, angel, sacral chakra, and ghost. So yeah, there could be a family member that's watching you still, and they're embarrassed about what they did for money, and we have loss on the end because they lost. It's something. I mean, they're watching you, Earth. They're watching you move, Angel. They're watching you and seeing how blessed you are, and it's like they're scared of your sacral chakra. So they're scared of your security. They're scared of like maybe you're just really comfortable with who you are sexually. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. There are sexual goddesses and gods out in this joint. So be who you got to be this lifetime. There's no shame in it, you know. But it's also sacral chakra is about creation, is about life. It's the womb, it's the ovaries, it's the semen, it's the power. It's really something just about your ability to create shit out of thin air. And I'm picking up like, and once every time I pick up sacral, it always goes to the solar plexus because they're so intertwined. Because once you get that energy, it then becomes the action with the sacral and shoots up to the rest of the chakras. It leaves finally that lower dimension and goes into the higher. But these family members or this family member, I'm picking up a sister or a cousin or an aunt or a niece. And picking up feminine energy. It could be a male, but it just if it's a male, it's again like a very emotionally inclined male, not inclined, but emotionally over involved male. I'll say, I don't know, for lack of a better word. I'm hearing the name John, or Big John, Little John, something about that. I don't know. Um, but there's like if I don't know if it is the male. Okay, because I'm getting like a clearer picture of this now. If it is a masculine that's in charge of this masculine is controlling the feminine. So it could be a husband of a sister, it could be an uncle of a daughter. It's some masculine that's in a very emotional, pissed off, like nana nana boo boo type energy, to say the least. That's telling someone else to do something or trying to control a situation. Your family has a lot of like masculine control issues, basically, which has led you to needing a lot of control issues, which is why you have such a weird relationship with the divine, where you're like, I need this to happen now because you want that control. But the divine is trying to show you how to release those control issues because of that masculine dormitory like family that you're raising up in. And it's not just like a father, it's given like not just your father, but like your sister's husband or like your brother. It's like the masculines that are in your family, whether close or extended, have this weird ass control issue where they just want to seem like they're in control. And it's like that has like really corroded you. And I'm using the word corroded for a reason. Like it's like corroded you, like fully. and it's made you like harden up and be like, I need to have all this control. So the divine is trying to get you to loosen that control, which is like what you're doing, and that's that boundary that you're breaking. But that's how it feels. It really, because I'm really just seeing like an abusive or domitatory like husband or just father figure either towards you or to someone else that like they are the ones. They're not necessarily doing magic, I would say, but they are a very narcissistic, manipulative person. They they really like it's like they're chaotic. This person might not have any sort of like magical awareness. I'm hearing they use religion for a crutch as well, but there's like they might not have any like magical like awareness or not like not be around that type of stuff. But you would definitely see this person as someone that does do it because they are just like I'm literally hearing you're such an asshole. Like I'm hearing it like that. Like I'm hearing the inner like adolescent. Like God dang, bro. Like shit. Like I'm hearing it. They gotta get a chill pill. Is how I'm really is like what's coming through. But it's about finances. But if it is like a sister or the feminine doesn't like how you get the actual feminine, the sister, whoever, doesn't like you getting finances, and the masculine is the one that's like, oh well, since they're not talking to you, you should, you know what I mean? Like, there, if this is like a legal thing, this husband is the one telling the wife or whoever not to give you the money, and he's getting it like he's the one like behind it all because he's like, oh well, if they're not in contact with you, then they should contact you if they really want this fucking money. Like if they really like, you know what I mean? Like he's one of those people. But then whenever you go to contact, he shuts it down. Like he's gonna be like, no, you don't deserve it because XYZ, you left the family or we kicked you out or whatever the fuck. He's that type of person. So I think that's why he hasn't been coming out a lot is because there's been a lot of healing that has been done with this situation, and now more of this truth can come out because it really feels like this husband is behind a lot of this fucking chaos. And because of the sister or whoever being raised or being around your father figure who also radiated that energy, they're falling into this submissive behavior and continuing that toxic family cycle of not standing up for what is right and just sitting down and taking the bones that they're given. That's I mean that's what I'm picking up heavily right now. But it's this sister, it's this cousin, aunt, whoever that likes to watch you. Like they have a privacy issue. Like this person wants to be part of your life, but does everything on the physical to make it seem like they hate you or like are very judgmental of you. You know what I mean? And they just can't stop watching you. Like they have a concern, but child, they're fucked up. Like you cannot blame the flesh. This is family trauma karma. That's rooted in these people that you've broke free from. They don't know how to. So it's like this energy of like they're wishing well, but they can't help but to send evil eye with it. Meanwhile, also doing magic on you. So it's a really weird like I hope they're doing okay, but not too okay. You know what I mean? That's how it's coming. Yeah, we have trouble and Pandora's box. This person's in trouble. This person knows they're in trouble. A situation has changed out of proportion. They don't know how it happened. With Pandora's box and portal, it's really like this 111 portal going into the 1111 portal has really like changed. Like you've gone through a portal, a wormhole. I'm hearing it's put you in a different timeline, and it's like, oh fuck, like this is what we didn't want them to do. Doesn't matter if you did it physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. That's what's it's like you've made some sort of leap, an advantage on your healing point. More information can come out, more things you can be healed from now. Expect messages to be a lot more detailed, not just from me, but other readers as well. Expect getting like deeper insights and more information, and more like getting down to the true root of the cause. You know, figuring out who the man behind the curtain is, and then finding out why, who, like, what the curtain even is hiding. Why is this man hiding behind the curtain? And then, like, who's behind the man? What is the trauma that you've healed? Things of that nature, like this deeper understandings of what's coming through because of this healing, this leap that you've made. It's healed and solidified this part inside of you to where this trauma can't bring you back down to some sort of aggravative like energy. And I just heard I knew it. So there's like this I knew it effect. Like there's information that you've always known that the divine is like drip fed you, and now this is just like this is like here, this is what's going on. Like we couldn't tell you earlier because things would have got weird. Things would have just been worse for you. Like you would have put yourself on an unbearable timeline. But now that you've healed, now that you've made it to these certain points, this information can come out a lot easier, a lot more fluent. Yeah, it's something that's like they're under. So this person might have been trying to use like a picture of you or some sort of like you stalking you online to use like as a portal for their magic as well, but like they're in trouble. They know that you keep moving on. They know that you're not going to be stopped. You're in your life purpose, so I don't know why these people think they can stop you because they can't. You can stop yourself 100%, yes. But they can throw obstacles at you, yes. But can they actually stop you? No. They can postpone it, 3 to 5 business days. but it ain't going to stop. The train don't stop. It got no brakes. It keeps going. I'm telling you, you're manifesting because of your faith, because of who you believe in, because of your religion. Doesn't matter if it's God, the universe, however you want to label it, it's the same energy. It's your faith in that energy that's gotten stronger. It's you using your faith in a more wise, in a more intricate way. Interesting. That's allowing you to manifest your gifts. It's like this person is seeing your magic as well. You really are an angel, because angel is in the middle of the square I have here. You can kind of see it. But angel is in the middle. There's also like, so deep down, because I'm feeling it, and I like digging deep with these people. They're watching you because they're haunted about how they treated you. And there is this guilt behind this watch. There is a guilt behind it. There's like we should have helped them out. It's like you might have even told them I'll be fine just out of angst, just out of ending a conversation like quickly. And it's like they see that in you. And they might have accepted that response as like, oh, they're not going to be fine. They just don't want us to worry or whatever. But they kind of see that like, you don't just say shit to say shit. There was some sort of energy within you when you were saying that to like block out any sort of like negativity. And I feel like this family member is watching you, or this family's watching you, and they're like hats off. Like congratulations for moving forward. Like this is like deep. This is deep below the flesh. This is like a few layers deep inside the soul and then some. This might not come out of these people ever. You know what I mean? Like if you ever see these people, they might meet you with, oh, it's about damn time. But what they really mean is, I'm glad that you made it. Like, I'm really glad you made it here. That's what they truly mean. But again, it goes from the heart to the brain, and then it fucking comes out differently. You know what I mean? It's the game of telephone for these people. And if they still are holding on the grudges, they're not going to hear nothing but static and jumbling. But there is this energy of them watching you manifest. And it's like, yeah, it's jealousy on the surface, but it's really like astonishment. I'm also hearing like at least someone in the family could do this. Why are you doing that? The artery in my leg is like bouncing, and it's like it's near the kneecap. It's like near my meniscus. So it's like someone's really watching you move forward spiritually. Some of you might have an injury on your knee, on your left knee. Some of you might have tore your meniscus or had some sort of ACL tearing, or just like a weak knee on your left side. It could be on the right side, but I'm picking left side up. I mean, like really heavily. And that injury prevented you from seeing how to walk spiritually, and it's something about that knee pain getting better, or it's healing over time, or you can be more flexible with that, and it's because you're able to walk more on the spiritual. Remember that a lot of physical injuries that we get are related to something spiritually. And we have 9 eyes. We have the eyes here, we have the third eye, eyes on the palms, eyes on the kneecaps, eyes on the soles of our feet. um I mean, it's something about that, but these people are watching you move, like, spiritually. Even if it's like it's given like a Christian, like a fake Christian or a Catholic, like they use that label to seem as a good person, or they go to church sometimes, or it's like one of their family members owned a church, so that they just went because they were there and they wanted to see their family member, and that was about it. Like, it's given that energy. Or they just go to church to see their friends and to catch up, and they don't give a fuck about anything else. You know what I mean? But they're seeing like that it's real. They might not want to accept it, but they're seeing it. They're seeing it in 3D. They're seeing it in 4K. Yeah. We have glamour and stalker, so they definitely are watching you doing this. It is giving stalker energy. You might have even told this person that it's an invasion of privacy to do this to you, and they just don't give a fuck. They feel like they have a right to because they're your family, but allow them to watch you, because what you're doing is proving them wrong by moving forward. Because with the glamour, it's like at first people were, it's like this person was glamoring other people about who you were, like, oh, they're this and they're that. And you're glamoring this person about who you actually are. Which again is this angel energy. Like, they could go around and tell everyone these bullshit lies about you, but God is making sure that they see the real you. They're like, oh yeah, remember the your sister, your brother, your daughter, your son, the collective that you called a piece of shit, an abusive weirdo, someone that wasn't ever gonna make it, someone that was, not smart, or they were just a failure at life. Remember that person? Look at them now. Look at how far they're going. Look at where they're at right today. Look at this. Look how far they made it without you. Look at what they did and what you couldn't do. Look at them following their dreams, and look how quick you gave up on yours. Look at all these things. Look at this person. Look how proud I am of my baby. Basically, is what God's doing. He's showing you off to him, because it's like, you can watch, but I'm gonna give you something to watch. It's gonna be a whole ass fucking theatrical movie for your bitch ass, because you want to keep watching shit like this. So now we're gonna make you watch them glow up. Now we're gonna watch their karma. Excuse me. I felt like I was talking earlier too, but the spirit came through me. Their karma is watching your glow up, because they had so much shit to say about you. Now they got to eat that same shit. I hope they like it. They got to have a mouthful of it. But they're going to eat their words. And people like, oh, I thought you said collective was this and that. Like, well, yeah, they used to be. Keyword used to be, baby, people grow. I don't know if you can or not. I don't know if you knew that. We're like plants. We grow all the time. Some of us are late bloomers, and that's okay. Some of us are early bloomers, and that's perfectly fine too. Some of us are in the middle, It's okay. It takes time. But I mean, yeah, they get to watch you move on. I mean, it's right there. God is making these people watch you move to better lands. I'm hearing a passed over mother or father figure. I'm hearing both, but I'm hearing heavily mother. It's something about your mother that passed away first, who's watching you, who's over top of you. And whenever you feel like that random love, that's them coming to you and like hugging you and like being next to you. There are a lot of family members passed over who are around you at this time that are supporting you through this. They can't rest easy seeing what's happened to you. You might have had a sibling in your family that's gone through something like this as well, but you made it out on the other side and they're heavily protecting you as well. I'm hearing like a brother figure or someone like a friend or someone who was like a brother. They went through something similar that you went through though, and they're with you because you made it past something that they couldn't do. And they want to be with you. They're experiencing what they like you're living through this person's experiences. This person's giving you some of their energy to help you move forward. Like you have a lot, like not even just ancestors. We're talking about this current life family that have like passed away. Even if you don't remember seeing them or know them like personally, they're supporting you. They're really behind you, pushing you forward because it's like you don't understand what you're doing. And it's not even like you're doing something wrong. It's like you don't understand like how big this is. I can't even fathom the words right now. Like you're proving to these souls, to these spirits that whenever they reincarnate that they can do what they desire to do. They're with you because they need this experience for their next life. These people are watching you because they need this experience for their next life. They didn't believe it was possible, so what they did is they took you, an underdog, and made it possible. Because that was your whole purpose, is to be an underdog, to be the one to do this shit. And of course, no one's gonna believe you because why would they believe you? You're the outcast, you're the odd one out, you're the underdog, like who cares? But at the end of the day, like, you do it the right way. You've done it with zero support. People around you have had support, but you haven't. And it's because they want to show people do it when you don't have support, do it when you're broke, do it when you don't have anything, do it when you don't even have faith, do it when people leave you. You're changing like you're changing how brave people should be. You're elevating more than just like the collective, you're elevating the world's like sacral chakra. You're uprooting their beliefs. You're showing these people you can do it. It's a lot bigger than you. I'm looking straight at the Pandora's box card and I'm just going down this rabbit hole, excuse me. Yeah, they told me they got sell on the bottom. They want me to withdraw from that because I was gonna keep going. But you are universally changing the energy for people's desires to do things. Even if these people don't do it in this life, that seed has been planted in so many people because eyes are the windows to the soul. And if they're watching you, they're using the eyes. So you're talking to these people's soul directly, like showing them you can do this, but when you're ready, you'll do it. So it's like they might not do it this lifetime. They might spend the rest of this lifetime sulking about how they should have done something, which is their karma for it. But you're installing that bravery in them for next lifetime. I'm hearing for some of you, you're not going to be there with them next time, like next life. Some of you aren't going to be in like the next reincarnation pool. Some of you are going to be out for the next 5 reincarnation pools to get rest, to be at the place that you're supposed to be, to truly relax, and to also be a guide. Some of you all have signed up that after this life, you are just going to be a guide for those. Not just for your ancestors, but all over. Like one of the guides to give like readers and psychics messages. You know what I mean? And you needed to go through all these experiences and get all this wisdom back into your soul to remember it, because it was stripped away from you from Atlantis. There's something about the Atlantean times, and that was supposed to be the set off, but since that failed, you came back in this incarnation to do it again because this is something that you desire to do. It's like you have this urge to help people move forward, and it's like just because we failed once doesn't mean we'll fail twice, because I remember what we fucked up in the past and I'm not going to make those same mistakes in this lifetime, and you're showing people this. But again, like I'm hearing, like some of you, this is like your last life for the next 5 incarnations, and then you're gonna be back because you like it's like a break. Some of you all have been like on a constant reincarnation, and you just need the fucking rest because your soul is actually getting tired and you can't move on. Like, not that your soul can get tired, but it's like you have this strong I want to go home energy, and even though you get comfort and you find home on the physical, it's something about no, I want to go home. Like I want to go back to my home planet. I want to go see my home family. I want to see my actual mom and dad. I want to just be with my family. Like that type energy. And like that's why this big break is coming, because they're like they've been with you like every like you don't understand the band of support that you have, because I'm feeling it and I want to move on from it, but they're not letting me. They need you all to know that this is what's going on. I'm looking right back at the portal card again. You are moving with so much support. Like you have done a lot more than you think. Because for some of you, you've had countless ancestors that got to one point in their life and then gave up and fell back, or just left completely, and you've made it past that mark. You're no longer in no man's land. You're in like the void basically. You're in this creative energy where you're making these next steps, and they're just watching. Oh my God, they're just watching you. Thank you, Spirit. I'm telling you. God, God, you're still calling the devil cheesy. Okay, damn. But God sees you. Off bat, God still sees you. This is coming straight from Mother, okay? She knows what you're going through. She sees it. You're doing good. You're doing excellent. You're doing superb. Whatever you want to label it as, you are doing it though. And they still think the devil is cheesy. Why is this? This is the second day in a row this has come out like that. I can't. How do you expect me to go back into the reading? You gotta stop doing this to me. God caused the. I can't even say it again. God. Oh my God, God calls the devil cheesy again, day 2. I'm getting lightheaded. Y'all make me laugh too much. Quit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, what comes around is going around. There's a lot of people who are sitting back and being silent. I'm done with this deck. I gotta put it up. I'm gonna laugh all day long. No, but there's a lot of people getting like what they're getting what they should be receiving now. There's a lot of things. That's why you've been told to withdraw from a lot of people. Maybe you've been in like, maybe you've got out of an isolation period just to go back into a new one. It kind of feels like that. And it's just because the divine needs you to withdraw. People are receiving their karma at this time, and they don't even want you like healing them. You know what I mean? Because it's like you tried to already, but these people have to learn. And though we're very like beautiful people, and we want to help these people grow, heal, and evolve, it's like you gotta let them go through the dirt too. You know, we all gotta go through lessons to learn. But regardless, this phase is over. There is a phase that is completely ending, and mainly it's ending because of your withdrawal, because you aren't in these people's energy anymore, because you just don't care about them. And it's not like you hate them. You just are like they've spent their time in your energy. They've spent their time, their contract is up, you know? They have spent X amount of time already in your energy. The contract with their soul is up. They didn't learn what they were supposed to learn. That's on them. You did what you did, so now you're gone. And they're like, well, why are they? I want to talk to so-and-so. I miss so-and-so. Well, you should have done better with your side of the contract. Even if they didn't remember they had one with you, it's something about they knew something was different about you, because why do they have this strong pull to you still if you weren't anyone? Like, you're important to these people for a reason, but they don't want to admit it to themselves or even to you. They will admit it behind your back. They'll admit it behind closed doors. They'll admit it to themselves, but never to you. And the whole point of the contract was to get them to be able to admit who they were, to just be honest with themselves. I mean, it's right here again. It's all about the self, but your angels want you to know that you are protected. These endings are happening. You're protected. I keep hearing glory, glory, glory. So it's given a seraphim energy. It is given heavy seraphim energy. We have water and infinite. So yeah, this could be a water sign. And thank you so much. Oh my goodness, for the donation. It means the world. Thank you, thank you. I wish I could heart that, but I can't. But there is a water sign that's stuck in a cycle, a past life cycle as well. God, dude, it feels like it's just... So, a lot of you all are really just here to teach people how to be themselves. There are so many reasons why we're all here, but it feels like the main reason for this collective is to teach people how to be themselves. And I'm getting a throat chakra blockage while speaking about this, so it's about really speaking what you need to speak, being who you are. And there's a water sign that might have had feelings for you that they should have spoke up about. And it's like this person's stuck in a cycle. It's given that this water sign didn't talk to you because they had someone's secret and they knew that you'd find out. So they just wanted to keep distant until they were done playing with this boy toy or whoever. And now that they're done with it, they want you. If you have this person on social media, they're posting a lot more to try and get your attention. And you might be picking up on that. This person is trying to energetically connect with you. Like they want you, like, oh my God, I miss you so much. They want that text. They want that, like, oh my God, how have you been text? But it's like it's not coming because they made a bed they're lying in. They chose something. They made their decision. And I'm not going to say they chose something over you because I'm not going to imply that. I'm just going to say they chose what they chose. There's no wrong in that. There's no right in that. They chose what they thought they needed. And unfortunately, they were wrong because they weren't listening to themselves. So they're stuck in this cycle of not listening to who they are. This person might say that they're very intuitive, but how intuitive are you really if you're not going to follow your intuition? You know what I mean? Like, let's get real with it. Are you really intuitive, or are you just saying that you are because you get things right sometimes? If you're really intuitive, you'd be following your intuition fully without a doubt because intuitively you would know that it's the right thing to do. And you wouldn't have any sort of fear blocking you from it. Not to say that fear wouldn't be present, but it wouldn't block you from doing what you do because intuitively you would know it's the right step to go. So if this person's intuitive, no, they're not. By definition, no, they're not. They might have an intuition, but they don't listen to it, so they're not intuitive. And again, this is a cycle of theirs. Oh, I knew I should have done this. Oh, I knew I should have done that. Man, I was right about this person. Then listen to yourself. Do you think it's a coinky-dink that it's happened your whole life? No, baby, it's there because it's you. And you know it's true. But there's something about you not believing in yourself. So please believe in yourself more, water sign, whoever that's to. Whether that's to this collective or to whoever. Even if it's not to this collective, take this message and run with it. Because again, like, believe in yourself. If you are intuitive and you know that you are, listen to that thing. It's there to help you out, not to hurt you. The first thought is the intuitive thought because it comes from the heart. All the other ones that follow it come from the mind, the mental, the outside world. We got crust. It really is. This person's indecisive. It might be like, I'm hearing Cancer or Scorpio. This person might have like they just have issues making decisions. They have a lot of water in their chart. They don't have much earth, so they're not very grounded. They don't have much fire either. It's like water and air, which is kind of dangerous because this person, They have a lot of good intent. Like, I'm not trying to be mean to this person. They have very good intent, but it's like they don't listen to themselves, and that's like their biggest like crutch. If they were to listen to themselves, they would literally be okay. Like, really, if they just listened to like what they needed to do, they'd be okay. But they're stuck in between the, oh, I don't know, or I don't know how people would think, or I mean, it's about love, man. Y'all gotta quit doing this to yourself. If you love someone and you know they love you back, doesn't matter if it's platonically, doesn't matter if it's in a relationship or however, express that. Saying I love you isn't like saying you want to marry and fuck them. Saying I love you is an expression of gratitude towards the person. Love is a very complicated thing because it's interdimensional and multidimensional and can be taken and labeled as a variety of things. But at the core of it, we all need love. So don't be afraid, even if they don't want to date you, just say, I love you. It's not that hard. This person might have a hard time saying, I love you. Maybe you used to have a hard time saying, I love you. This is giving twin flame energy. But love, baby, just say you love someone. This person in their thoughts, man. This person, okay. Don't do love spells. Just say I love you. Don't do love spells because we have Mercury, Hathor, summoning, and spells in Anubis. And I just immediately picked up this person's in their head because they did a pleasure spell. They did a love spell. They did some sort of beauty spell. That you were guarded from, that you were protected from. Y'all quit doing love spells. Do self-love spells, damn it. Take a self-love spiritual bath. Do something. Like, there are other forms of love magic you can do, and if you do it on yourself, it's gonna help you. I used to tell people to do love spells on themselves because it really does work. It makes you love yourself more. It makes you less judgmental to who you are. There's self-love baths. There's all sorts of things that you can do for love spells to help yourself, not to like try and control someone. Like, damn. You know, because it's so funny. These people know that you're an earth angel, that you're a divine being. And they know, well, they should know if they're inclined in this witch, in magic, you know, if they're so inclined in such a powerful witch or whatever, they should know that if you do a love spell on a divine being, that literally instantly severs the connection and makes it impossible to reconnect. Like, not literally, but almost impossible to reconnect because you pick up on that energy. So a lot of these witches and warlocks are just like hire people on Etsy type people or read fucking WikiHows to figure shit out type people. They don't know shit about this stuff. They're not made to make. They're not meant for this life. They're not meant for this. I'm gonna tell you to your face. I don't care if they watch it or not. You're not meant for it. Because if you're dumb enough to do this type of spell on a divine being, you don't know the first damn rules about magic. Pick you up some books and start reading some shit because you're not as in tune as you think with this shit. Yeah, South Node, this person has really bad habits. Maybe this person maybe this person used to use love spells all the time and they used them and they are very powerful on these people because, well, let me tell you, these people who you're doing these love spells on, are not protected or aware of their protection. Some of them are NPCs, so of course they're gonna fall in for that shit. And I mean, that's just it. I mean, there's nothing else to say about it. Like, shit. I thought I'd have more, but the divine said, no, I mean, that's it. Like, shit. Simple enough. This person might have been like, oh, I know the best love spell. Well, no, you don't. You know what the best love spell is? Authenticity. Oh my god. Who would have guessed? Who would have thunked? Who are you? Yeah. By the way, you're getting an upgrade on this mission, by the way. Yeah, your life is getting an upgrade because you've done this. You've done the right things. You're on your pathway. This person sees that you're getting an upgrade with your life. Someone sees like you're literally like, I don't know. Y'all, I will always say this. There is a difference between people who are spiritual and the fake spiritualists, and the fake spiritualists are the ones running around, oh, kumbayaing, and not going through much. Those are the fake spiritualists. Those are the three. Now, fake is a strong word. I'll use the 3D, the matrix spiritualists. The ones that's like, oh, it's all about love. And yes, it is. But if you are not going through these hard trials and in an absolute state of forgiveness of not only yourself, but the situations that you're in, then you're not really as spiritual as you are because you're doing it for a 3D reason. This is like, I always talk about it because it's true, and not many people like to talk about it because it's a sensitive subject, but a lot of people, I mean, it's spiritual all the time because we're on a spiritual plane, but are you spiritual in like the sense of like actual the spirit realm, or are you on it for like the 3D glorifiers, i.e. just doing spell work, not being called to do spell work, but just doing it because you read up on it, not being called to work with a god or a goddess or a deity, but working with them because, oh, I want this from them, you know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. And the ones that are doing the oh, I want to do this, and oh, I just want to do magic because that seems like a fun thing to do, that's not real spiritualism. That's 3D shit. That's the matrix. That's what's wrong. Well, quote unquote wrong, if you want to label it as something, you know. That's what we need to lean away from and lean more towards, I was called to be like a hoodoo voodoo priestess by my ancestors, by the divine, so I go do this path. I was called directly by this goddess or god to have them control my life or to be a messenger for them, so I will follow and worship this deity who is a sub branch of the Most High. You know what I mean? Like, you're the one who's actually doing the Most High's work, and the rest of them are just like not. Now, we're not going to talk too much on it because I could literally go all day and break these people down, and I don't want to make this whole thing a lot longer because we still have a few more decks to get through. But that's what this energy is given, like, heavily. Like, this water sign might have been like a wishy-washy person. Like, they're spiritual, but they don't want to stop doing what they're not called to do. So they're not on their spiritual path, but they're still spiritual. You know what I mean? Like, they're not on the actual path that they need to be on. But that doesn't mean they're not like receiving the rewards, because I mean they chose the 3D life, you know, and that's what they chose. And as long as they follow that path of 3D life, they'll continue to reap their rewards. That's just how the gods work. You know, if you choose one and you work with it, then you get what you get. You, on the other hand, chose the actual divine, to choose the left-handed path, the completely spiritual path, which is what separated you both, because you can't be as highly ranked spiritual as someone that has already made the decision to be on the 3D, because it's like they're wishy-washy, but whenever it comes down to making a decision, they want to stay on the 3D, and that's fine, but stay over there, because you would probably be destroyed by karma very heavily if you came to the full spiritual side, because of all the lessons that you've been avoiding. Which is why it's important, like, if you're not going to be, you know, spiritual, to be in your comfort zone, to stay how you're going to be, because when you jump out of that comfort zone, those lessons follow you, and it comes at a price. But we have strength. Regardless, going back to your energy collective, you're learning how to soothe yourself. You are victorious. We got the limniscat, the ribbon of achievement. It's like my heart is activating right now. It's really like a heart activation. You've found this beast that's inside of you, and you've tamed it. Because look, I mean, this lion's scared. That's why it's like the tail between your legs. That's fear. That's submissive action. You're submitting to the divine. You're looking up at the divine, like, are we doing this? Is this what we're doing? Is this how we're going? And the divine's like, yes, eyes closed and everything. Look, I mean, look, it's all like, eyes are closed. Yes, we're doing this. We're gonna be fine. Don't worry. Sending that energy telepathically to you and letting you know everything's okay. Let's just walk forward. There's no leash on the lion for a reason. There's not a need to control it. because you already have the control over it. It's just that skittish energy that you're overcoming, that you're getting victory over because you're following with the divine. And a lot of people see that. But you're coded in this innocence. You're coded in what is true to you. And allow the divine to really move through you in that energy. We have the Fool. I'm telling, with the Fool coming out too, you're making these leaps. You're making these leaps because you've calmed your mind. You've calmed down that barking dog. Even though, like, again, even though you're at the beginning of this new stage, you're at the beginning of a new stage, so there's nothing wrong. There's nothing to really fear. You're just at it again. You've made your decision. You've made your leap. And you're at the devil energy, essentially. You're bound to it. But devil didn't come out. Strength did. And this tells me, instead of being bound, instead of your heart being bound and your senses being inflamed, you're learning how to calm yourself down, of being like, you know what, things are going to be cool. Everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be fine. You're literally morphing who you are into a higher dimensional version of yourself. Y'all listen to me. You all listen to me. When I read, I read. Listen, this is how you read cards for real, all right? Listen. Yeah, the divine has work in it, but when you know how to read cards, you know what card's about to come out, all right? That's why, listen. You're in the devil. You're in the devil energy. But instead of you being in, you might be a little bit contained. There might be a little bit of fear inside of you. But again, with strength coming out first, you're overcoming this bitch because you've already made the leap. That's why it came out like didn't come out first, didn't come out second. You got all this light and then that little bit of darkness. You're overcoming it. You just need to remember at every time that you are moving spiritually, and that you are not moving on the physical. The physical, you don't really move around that much on. You move spiritually because you are a spiritual person. It's all about the spirit, and it's something that you're aware of. And that's why you can't depend on the physical as much as you would like to, as much as it seems reliable, because it's all man-made. It's all made by mind. And as per Saturn says, anything that man creates will be destroyed by time, including what the mind creates. So you're creating all this physical reality. You're creating the physical manifestation of me. I will soon be dead one day. Ooh, you've created this whole thing. I've created a lamp there. I've created this cup of coffee here. It's going to be gone soon. It says by time. It's the laws. And it's something that you've gained access to. Not really gained access to because we all know of it, but it's something that you've allowed to integrate into your life, and allow that to be known. Don't allow the fear of making a new step. And it's so funny because the cards in the tarot, the order of it literally goes from the Fool to the Devil. You go from the highest high to the lowest low. Like, that's how it is. And then you build yourself back up. You got all these little things that you work on, all the other cards that you work on, and then you get to the Chariot where you're able to take off and fly because you learn all your lessons, you know. But that's what's going on. You're overcoming the devil inside of you, the devil of the matrix, however you wish to define this. You're overcoming that fear of, oh, I can't do this because XYZ. No, you can do it because ABC. You can do it because the whole damn alphabet. You know what I mean? Because you're able to. We have the Eight of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Two of Cups. I love this. The Eight of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, excuse me, and the Two of Cups. Expect a lot of quick movement. The more clear your mind gets, the quicker things will happen for you. Because it's quicker, it's easier to connect to yourself again with the Two of Cups. It's easier for because look, this is why the masculine is stepping towards the feminine, right? To get her cup. The masculine, I forgot what the clothing is called. Jesus, man, I gotta go study back again. I forgot the name of the clothing. But the reason the masculine, you can see him, he's stepping forward. It's your thoughts stepping to your heart. It's the masculine stepping to the feminine. What do I need to do? I know I need to make action. How do I make it? And you do that by having a clear mind, and by moving forward with the energy and allowing things to be, being in a harmonious relationship with you and the divine. giving you that crowning thought. You know when it's time to move. That's what the divine's trying to show you and let you know. Intuitively, going back to intuition, you know when to move. You know what moves to make, and it's about clearing your mind and making those moves, because that's how you're literally unbinding yourself from everything, from all these setbacks, from all these oh I don't knows and oh I can'ts. You're unbinding yourself from it because you're doing it, because you're putting in some effort, whether it's entertaining the thought and letting the plan come out and seeing the beautiful energy around it, or simply just going in blind with the fool to the devil, just going in blind, Eight of Swords, Ace of Swords, knowing shit's going to be okay. People might call you crazy and delusional, but let me tell you, this whole world is an illusion. So why would it be bad to be disillusioned? Why would it be bad to be delusional? Disillusioned? I would rather live in a world where I see past the illusion than be inside the illusion. You know what I mean? You see past the veil. In fact, the veil opens itself up to you whenever it sees your presence, because it's like, oh, hey, you're supposed to see all this. This is for you. It's given that. But it's this strength inside of you with moving forward, and always trust that the divine has a plan for you. Again, it's like the Seven of Swords energy that you're realizing. These thoughts that sabotage you, that you tend to carry, you end up leaving away those two swords, those two solid thoughts. That's why they're stuck in the ground. They're solid. They're grounded thoughts. They're not in the air. They're not held by man. They're in earth. They're grounded. They are stable. And it's about looking back at those thoughts and being like, that's what I need to do. I don't need to worry about all these other things. They're in the air for the reason. The divine's got them. I got to worry about the two on the ground, the ones that are like solid and planted in. So allow yourself to see that and to understand that. That is just part of the human experience. And then we have the Four of Swords about getting rest. That's how you're going to find your ease once you choose those two thoughts. It's like, because it's so funny, the symbolisms here. Because it's so funny how those swords are like that. Because you go from the two swords on the ground to the one sword below you, the golden sword. And the three swords on top, it's really like you're... And it's funny because 7 and 4 breaks down to 3. You know, if you minus it. Or subtract it, I should say. So it's just funny how it's coming out here with the divine. But it's showing you like that you have the answer. You really do. But it's about you getting rest. Some of you might need to pray to get this answer. Some of you all just really need to go into your cocoon to really accept this answer. But again, it's so funny. It goes the Fool, the Ace of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Ace of Swords and the Four of Swords both have one sword in one area decorated, whether it's with color or fern or however. You know what I mean? Like, like everything matters when it comes down to this stuff, I'm telling you. But it's really about you. You have that grounded thought. You have the clarity from the divine. You just need to put to rest all these other if, ands, or buts. Angel bracelets going off like crazy, I'm telling you. Because you have it's beautiful how it is. Like, you might not trust it because it doesn't work for other people. But again, you're not other people. You are you. You are a spiritual being. You're awake. Your eyes are wide open. Trust me. Your eyes are wide open. Trust me. Judgment. You're hearing the call correctly. You're getting the right messages. King of Wands, you're getting the right messages. You're hearing the right stuff. You just need to have that fire in you, the audacity too. You know what I mean? Have the audacity to stand up on your own too. Have the audacity to look at the world and, you know, fuck you. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Have the audacity to do that. Because in your right, you have permission to do so. In your right, you have full power to take full control over everything in your life. Because it's your life. And if it wasn't, then you wouldn't be experiencing it. It's yours. Yes, there are things we sign up for, but you have ultimate control over how those things interact with you on the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. With the Hierophant, you made the rules. You make the rules. In fact, the same creator that made you said that you can make the rules, says that you can do these things. With the Nine of Pentacles, it takes a while. With the snow being on the card, it takes a while. But it's fruit, it's abundance. It's a test. But that test comes with all this reward, all those pentacles, all those vines, all those grapes, all the royalty that you are and deserve. It comes with it. But there's a need to remember that you're not just one person working. You are two entities, two energies of masculine and feminine working together to solve one problem. That's why there's two keys, but yet one man in the middle. There's two mans on the side, one key for each, one in the middle, showing you that you are together. This is the peace sign. This is hold. This is full. That's why you see priests and Africans, the Kemetis did this, because this is true peace. This is separation. They're obviously separated. This is peace. You know, it doesn't matter. I don't know if it matters if you do it with the right or left hand. I just do it with the right or left hand depending on like what's going on and how I feel with it, how the energy is. But together is peace. And that's why it's there. You're two together. You're put together. And you have two keys for one door, and you both had to put the key in and turn it at the same time. It's like those mini games where you stand on opposite sides of the gate and you have to pull the lever at the same time. That's what your heart and your brain have to do. Your heart gets the information, your brain tells you to do these actions based off the information, boom, everything starts rolling the way it needs to because you open the door the correct way. Genuinely. So you're getting the right calls, you're getting the right answers, but you're like, I don't know, it's like you're holding a key ring. You're holding the key, but it's on this key ring, and you're like, but what if it's one of these other keys? Why did I just pull this key out? It could be one of these other ones. So you sit there and try all these other keys. Meanwhile, the feminine in your heart has already put the right key in. And with the Three of Wands on the bottom, it kind of confirms that. Take time to introspect how you feel. Look at the thoughts that are swarming around. Why are those thoughts swarming around? Those ships in the water, the sun-colored water, you can't see. It's not a pure color. There's something in the water. Why is the water yellow? Why can't I see in the water? Why is the sun setting? Why, like, rest, look at things. Know that you're grounded on solid ground. Pay attention to the thoughts coming in and the thoughts that are leaving. And cultivate what you desire. Because that is the key to life. That is why we're here to learn, is to listen to ourselves and to the divine simultaneously so we can co-create with them and allow our life to become beneficial in the way that we need it. And with the Wheel of Fortune, that's it. I'm telling you, this whole little tarot part right here, this whole little reading is how you get your Wheel of Fortune. This is how you manifest correctly. This is how you move correctly. It's that simple, but it's easier said than done, you know? But just know that you are on the right path. Not a single card has come in reverse. You're on the right path. Everything's in the upright. You are in the upright fully. Your energy is on the right side of things, but you need to believe it. You need to really dive deep and see it. And not only just see it, but then take action, appropriate action to it. You know? And with the Three of Wands, at your own pace. But just remember that the energy coming in is pure. And that's to clean your thoughts. You know? Don't allow yourself to be bound by the past. Allow yourself to move forward and to truly see what it is that you're desiring and live it. But we're going to finish this off with the Egyptian God Oracle. Why are you always looking at me? I'm sorry, y'all. On the bottom, we have Anubis. He's just always there, man. Why are you always, like, I'm not going to quit. I know why, but you know me. I always like to question and make fun of y'all like that. Always looking at me like, oh, I'm here. Don't forget about me. Oh my God, I'm sorry, y'all. Damn. They said stop it. They said quit it. All right, we'll move on. What Egyptian gods are with collective at this time, though? For real, let's go. We have Sekhmet and that. Justice and skill. If you don't know about that, he is the child. He is all about fruition, abundance, That's why he's green. And we have Sekhmet, the warrior, the healer, the protector of Ra. Ra's secret weapon. A destroyer and a mender all in one. Some might even say the queen of the sun if you really want to get that deep with it. But you are being healed. There is justice here for you. Because of you using these skills, of you learning these skills. So keep moving forward. I'm going to shuffle a few more times and see if anyone else wants to come out. Is any other Egyptian god with the collective at this time? Basset, passion. You guys got a lot of cats today. I like that. You got a lot of cat goddesses, a lot of protection, a lot of fertility, a lot of fire energy. A lot of sun and just like a lot of protection. And it's like your youthfulness. You might even be getting more youthful, looking younger, getting more of a brighter complexion. It's because you're walking with the divine. Like you are literally glowing up on purpose. I'm taking the top and the bottom of this, and I'm feeling called to do that. And then we're done with this. I don't know why y'all are upside down, but we don't want you guys upside down. We have Hathor and Minhen. Hathor, oh my god, intelligence, fertility, protection, beauty. What am I telling you all about? Glowing up with the divine, the cow mother, the mother of nurturing or fertility, substance. You have three, like all of these goddesses are holding the Ankh. And then you have That, which is like the child god. Your inner child is coming back to life. It's something there's something about your inner child coming back to life. With Menhen, everyone's holding an Ankh except for That because he is the life. You are protected from Apophis, the dark snake, the darkness around you. Like Ra didn't come out, but Sekhmet and Menhen and Hathor, like all of them really for Ra, but really the main ones for Sekhmet, Hathor, and Menhen, they played major points in Ra's life, in Ra's journey. Sekhmet was the daughter. I believe Hathor is who brought Ra back from the dead with her beauty, I believe. I could be completely wrong on that, but I was one of them. And then Menhen was the one that guided Ra through his mission, through his resurrections, through his battle with Apophis, keeping him clean and clear from the darkness and lighting his path. You are in the divine's bosom more than you will ever know. I'm picking up Horus energy as well. He's coming through. But it's this spiritual path. You are very protected on it. You don't have to worry about anything. Like, kick back, relax. Confirmation. Just got a notification. And it's 10:01 right now. It's like there's a new beginning happening. There are portals that are activating in your favor. And all you have to do is make a decision to jump through them. Like, you are very protected. You're getting your justice. Like things, and we have Mayat on the bottom. I heard on the battle, truth and fairness. Mayat is here as well. Making things sure are clean. I don't know. There's a lot of energy on my hands right now. I'm leaving like handprints on this desk. There's a lot of energy coming right now. I'm telling you, you have a lot of power right now. You are in like the vortex of energy that you've been needing to manifest what you need. All you have to do is go for it. I'm telling you, it's better than you think it's going to be. It's going to be so much more than you would ever think. Things are just going to start flowing in, and you just gotta accept it. Like you could even just say, I accept all the blessings, my angels, guides, that God, that my ancestors, that anyone is trying to give me that serves my highest and greatest good, my highest and greatest purpose. I accept those gifts right now, openly and freely. With my free will, I choose that. Like saying things like that, involving your free will, saying a big thing about manifestation and stuff that not a lot of people talk about is you do have to give your free will. It comes with a sacrifice. So if you sacrifice your free will, like I'm giving my free will to allow these to happen, that gives your free will to not deny a blessing to come into you, you know? Because sometimes we subconsciously deny a gift from coming into us because of our subconscious. So allow yourself to be like I like with my free will, I allow these things to come into me. So yeah, that is the message I have for you all today. If you are interested in bracelets, hit up Spirit Otter. We're partnered with them over there. And use code Sublunar20 in the link in the description to get 20% off. If you're interested in any of my services, reading books, however, hit me up either with my email, it's in the description, or the order form, and I'll get you set up there. But regardless, thank you all so much for being here. For all the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, whether they're energetic or financial, and thank you again for the donation during the live. I appreciate it fully and wholly. But I love each and every one of you to the moon and back, tenfold and forever, and I will see you later.